Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to tell you about Azure and Azure Portal tour. What are the things present in the Azure Portal? So let's see what is meant by Azure first of all. So many more ask about Azure, Microsoft Azure. So what is meant by Azure? Azure is just a cloud platform which will have 200 plus products and cloud services, because this is one of the famous cloud platform which everyone knows because of its trust. Customers have trust on this platform because it provides a solution for the today's challenging problems, and it will create future too. It will it will make their services are very good at performance, and also the support when the times of concerns is very good. That creates a trust across all these customers who are supported by this working on this Azure. So it will have many more tools and frameworks that helps us to deploy or run and manage different types of applications across multiple clouds and on premises, and also at the edge also. So Azure is a cloud platform that will help us not only to compute but also storage, and for networking resources also we use this Azure platform. So as a new user, you should start Azure things from this Azure portal, right? So this is a primary way to interact with Azure. The Azure portal lets us to create and manage all types of Azure resources which we have. Okay, so if for example, if you want have created any VM for this from this Azure portal, that is good. You can also create a SQL database. If you want to change any things, like if you want to increase the you can set up a new database here. You can also increase the power of this virtual machine from this portal, and you can also monitor about the monthly cost and everything in the monitor service. So these type of things can be done, can be easily managed by using this Azure portal, right? So learning about the things which is there in the Azure portal is most important, first of all, to work on with the service of Azure. So Azure portal is just an interacting to the Azure via a graphical user interface, right? GUI is the portal, we can say. So in this portal, what you can see means first you will have this type of list of resources here in this portal menu in the right side, and next we have a search bar where you can search for the services and everything resources. And next we have this you can hover on this Cloud Shell, which you can see is this PowerShell or Bash. You can have both in this Cloud Shell. For the Linux user prefer for Bash, and for the Windows user they will go with the PowerShell. So this is the Cloud Shell which we can have here. And next we can close that. And next, one more thing, here we have a directory plus subscription. For one directory, that is Active Directory, is the concept in this Azure portal. To switch the directories from one directory to another, you will use this. And from one subscription to another subscription, you can switch by using these directories. And so you will have this option, directories plus subscription and appearance and startup, like how to appear, what the dark theme, or you can set these things. And language, you can also set like what type of language you want. Any information, your information will be seen here. And in sign out and verifications will be there. If you don't want to be if you are not active till 1 hour, or you can directly sign out from this, like the things you can set up here. So the one thing settings you can have. And the notifications we have, that is notifications which we get whenever you create any resource or any deadlines or any delete any resource, everything will be get notified in this notification section. Okay, if you don't want that notification, you can just dismiss. If you want to dismiss all, you can dismiss all the things. Like Cloud Shell, which we have, this is we have seen directories about subscription settings, we have seen those things, like everything we can. Cloud Shell we can also have in the portal, or otherwise you can go and click here hashtag Cloud Shell, then you will get a Cloud Shell on the whole page without interaction with the Cloud Shell also you can get. So next, one more thing you will have is this help button, help and support. You will have this button where you can write your queries and take support from this Azure managers or Azure team. If you have any concerns related to Azure portal, or any service is not working which you are getting, or any app which you have hosted is down, or anything related problems, concerns, you can write in this helpless support. so that related team will look into that issue, and they will also ask us your contact info so that they will contact to you if they got any solution for your problem. So basically Azure portal is a public website where you can access with any web browser. You can sign with your Azure account, and if you have any subscription you can just use and create any more resource which you want. So this is the helpless support which I have discussed. So here you can write any problem which you have troubleshooting, so that will be clarified by them. And next, one more thing which you have is feedback form, where you can write your feedback and you can just submit the feedback at the end, so that will be submitted. That is the one thing. And next we have the directory information at the last. So these are the things which we have at the top plane, research bar and cloud shell, and next we have a directories plus subscription. Next we have notifications, and next if you hover on that will tell you what the button that is. And next we have settings, like you can set the theme and you can share downtime and many more subscriptions, and those things you can set here. And next, helpless support. If you have any concerns you can go for helpless support from this Azure team. And next we have a feedback thing. So this top is completed. Next you come on this website. If you are new to the website, if you don't have any subscription, then it will suggest you few subscriptions at the top. If you have subscription you have but not active, then also it will give a page like this. I have a subscription previously and now it is not active, so I'm not using that service. Here we have this Azure services. If you have used some services, then it will show you the previously used services. If you are new or not yet created any service, that will show you most famous services here in this Azure services. And next, recently used resources will be there. And next, navigate buttons, which is you can navigate to subscription. You can check all the resources here. And next, resource groups you can see, and you can see the dashboard directly. This is the home page where you have these things. Coming to tools, Azure having Azure Microsoft Learn, which is Azure with online training from Microsoft. You will get online training from Microsoft if you go for the Microsoft Learn. And you will have an Azure Monitor, which will monitor your apps and infrastructure. That will give you a brief matrix of that your applications. And next, I have Security Center, which secure your apps and infrastructure which you have created. And cost management is which you analyze and optimize your cloud spend for free. How much you have spent, that will optimize your cost. So what I discussed is Microsoft Learn, right? So you can directly go to the docs.microsoft.com learn. So this is my docs, and we have documentations, and we have learn and QA and code samples are there. If you go for the learn side, then you will have one discovery path, like some modules are there, so that you can study those modules, or directly you can customize your path. For example, if you want to study one module, then after that you can set your customized path, so that you can learn those things as you want. So these are the modules which you can popular learning paths and modules. So you just click on that and you can just use those things, and you can cover those topics like percentage. If you want to save, then also you can save those things. So this is the Microsoft Learn thing, where you can learn and documentation. Code samples are there. If you have any QA on this learning time, you can raise your questions and you can see the questions which asked by previous ones. So know more about Azure before working on these resources. Like if you want to take any subscription, then you have to know about all the things, right? So knowing about pricing, like how many resources which we have seen in the products, like what are the products Azure is giving, or the services you can see in here in the products tab, like AI, Microsoft popular things, compute, containers, Microsoft DevOps, and developer tools, and integration, Internet of Things. These many services Azure is providing. And coming to pricing, you can see pricing calculator and TOC calculator is there. The TO is a total cost owner calculator, like if you want to migrate from anything to other Azure, so how the workloads will be, how will be the assumptions, and what will be the total cost, like how you can save, that can be understand by using this TOC calculator here. So estimate the cost of savings, so that you can realize by migrating your workload to Azure. So if you want to migrate your workloads to Azure, so that you can estimate your cost of saving and cost of spend by using this TOC calculator. So define your workloads and adjust your assumptions, and just view the report. So based upon 3 steps you can do this thing. So this is a one type of calculator, and you also have another type of calculator in this Azure. So that is nothing but a a pricing calculator where you can price like estimate the price of the resources. Pricing calculators will be there. In the Azure is providing the one type of calculator which will estimate the cost of Azure products and resources. First, if you want to estimate the cost of resources, you want to know what the resource is what, right? So firstly know about the resources, which resource you want, you understand, make a list of that. So to know the resources, first we have to click on this right plane here. So this is the home page which I have seen. You create resources, one page where you can search for the resources, and dashboard is the thing where you can have this dashboard. Here is the dashboard, you can see here dashboard where you can see your works, right? So what are the resources you have created, like those things. Not only these things, you can also customize your dashboards. Like dashboards are flexible tool for managing different types of accepts of resources services through the portal. It will make you convenient to monitor all the resources and the state of the resources and services, right? Because of this shareable and everything, you can see here is a new dashboard, so that you can create a new dashboard here. You can name that dashboard also. Like not only these things, you can edit those dashboards and everything you can do. Like clone the dashboard also is there, resize the dashboard. If you want to make it full screen, you can make it. So these are the things you can do here. So share also you can do. So creating new dashboards will be also permissible here. And next, coming to all services, we have a list of services where you can see that all the list of services which you have. And next, yeah, this is all services here, featured ones and free for these things. Based upon category also you can get blockchain and database related services also you can get. So like the things will get, once click on that category, then that will be featured, right? So that will help you to get that resources within a quick time. So after this, you will have one favorite columns where we have all the services, or resources we see. If you remove this particular resource from here, you can see the star is colored, right, blue colored, so that will be in resource. These resources are different for different users. These are the basic things which we default came. If you want to remove that resource from the favorites, you can remove, or if you want other resource can be added into this, you can also add other resources. Not only the resources which are seen here will be present in Azure, but there are numerous number of resources in the Azure is providing. These are the basic things which people generally use as a beginners and everything. So all resources, you can get a list of resources in the all resources tab. Let's fetching the resources which I have created. So all resources, if you want to create any resource, then you can go for create, and you can create a resource. And next, resource groups. What is meant by resource groups means, for example, create what are the resources you are creating. You have to bundle all them in one single thing. So like a folder, you can say. So resource group means one resource group where you can create any service under that resource group. So that will help you to delete the resources which you have created under the one resource. That will be easy to delete the resources which are under one resource. So right, you can delete that resource, then all the resources which are under that resource will be deleted. So deleting resources after the work is over is most important, because that will save time. If you go for the pay as you go, like whenever whatever the uses you have done, so that will be that up to that only you have to pay. So that is the one advantage of using a resource group. So one by one, all the resources are most important to know all about these things. So I am trying to make a video on each and every resource which each and every service Azure is providing in the Azure portal. So one video we are going to upload. So subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon, so that you will notify each time when we upload a new video related to each and every service we have here. So I will give a brief introduction about these apps, and I am going to give a portal description in this video only. So briefly about each and every tabs. If you want to take any service, first if you want to buy any product, generally what we'll do, we see about the properties of that product, like how much thing is there. For example, if you want to buy a virtual machine or any machine you want to buy, So system, so what you check for a hard disk, how when the hard disk and what is the storage of it, and this many things you have seen, right? So likewise in virtual machine also there are many more options and properties which we have to select while creating. Like we have to know what type of things we have to select while we are creating a virtual machine. So like in each and every service will have products and properties, so that I discuss each and everything in further videos. So subscribe to our channel and stay tuned to us. So now I am giving a brief introduction. Okay, app service is nothing but when you are creating any app application, so that we use that, we can just create we can click on that and just create, you can create. And next function app, you can create an SQL database also you can create an Azure Cosmos DB. This Cosmos DB is for NoSQL databases. Okay, and virtual machines you can create Linux virtual machine, Ubuntu or any Red Hat, like any virtual machine you can create. And next load balancers, to manage the traffic to your web application you can use load balancer. Not only applications, you can also manage traffic to your virtual machines, you can use load balancers. And next storage accounts, like to store any data, like blob storage and container storage, queue storage, and tables you can store in the cloud storage, like images and everything. And you have virtual networks, where every virtual network will be used for securing purpose. And next Azure Active Directory is one concept where you can create different types of directory under a single account. Now this is the account which we have a default directory. So if you want to include any user into this account, you can also do here. You have a users tab. If you want to give a group of users, then you will have a group. You just group the users and then give the things there. Like if you are working in one organization, you are a head of that, then you can create those things, and you have to give the your particular team those things. So like the things can be happen by using this Active Directory. Like you have to set the permissions for them. Like if they are working with that resource, they are like roles. If you give them as a read role, then only they can read. If you are given a high role, then read and access role, then they can access, and you can delete the resources which we have in this thing. So like the things will be go on with Azure Active Directory. I will briefly tell you about this in the upcoming videos, so stay tuned to us. And next we have a monitor, which is one of the tool where we can monitor about the applications and whatever the things infrastructure we have created in the Azure portal that can be used by monitor. And one more thing, advisor, which is advisor is a one service is the Azure which will advise you and give you recommendations about what is to be done, and cost of anything resource or anything can be given by this advisor. And the advisors from this Azure portal, like Azure management. And we have a service center where we have a service center, like if any security threats, your any service is in the danger or troubleshooting, it will help us to track that the thing like security. It will provide like those things, recommendations and troubleshooting, and can be done in this security center. And coming to cost management plus billing, it will give a detailed description about subscription things. If you want to click on the subscription, then it will redirect it to cost management plus billing, where we have a subscription bill and everything. And next we have a support helpless support, where you can raise your concerns and you can get a support from your team. This supporting thing also based upon your subscription, like what type of subscription you have taken and what type of role you are in, like a deployment or based upon premier or standard. Based upon that also they will look into your concerns. If you are in a high subscription, then it will they will respond to you within a quick instant. Based upon subscription, they will respond to you. So if you have any concern, you can raise in the helpless support. That is the one thing you have to note here. So this is all about these things. Coming to portal things, where you can see all these things, basic things. So I thought these are the basic things here. And next, after helpless support, these tools we are there. Coming to subscription tank, where we have all the subscriptions, we know that thing. So pricing calculator, I told you to discuss later. So a pricing calculator is nothing but estimating the cost of services. Now I have shown you some services. Now I think if you are a beginner to this, generally you can understand the names, right? Virtual machine I have. So these services are there, like you can create virtual machine through Azure portal or SQL database, Cosmos DB, function app services we can go. Like storage accounts, load balancers. So these are the services. I assume that not only these services, there are numerous of services. You can go for marketplace, search here the marketplace, then you will go there. Marketplace is a place where you can search for you will get all types of items there. So developers will go for marketplace and they can search and filter different types of things that are present in Azure portal, then they select the best from out of it. So coming to price calculator, this is the price calculator web page where you can azure.microsoft.com pricing. Then you pricing, in this pricing you will have here the pricing calculator. Now I have in this page. So here I have the products here, popular products are there, and next you can want to switch from one product to another service. You can go for storage service here. So these are the things we have. Firstly, I want to estimate the cost. If I take the subscription, what will be the cost coming for this storage account? I click on that, then that will be added to the, your account will be added to the estimation. Now drop, you can see your estimation is advanced things. So I have added this thing. Sorry, this is the previous thing, I have to delete that. Now I am adding the storage account to my estimation. Now the pricing calculator is acted. Now it is added to that. So here you can see my storage account is there for monthly, how much I will cost if I get this will be used in the month. So I will estimate the amount here from this pricing calculator. Here you can see the total cost which I cost is 21.84 USD dollars. So if you want this you can see this form, you can save this form or export this form, or you can share also this form. If you want this to be seen in the other currency, then you can choose from this drop down list. If you want an Indian currency, then you can choose Indian currency too here. So likewise, the how much cost that will be you will understand here by using these things. So US dollars, you can keep it as US dollars. So likewise, you can estimate the services which you have, which you think, which you want. Not only these things, if you save on that, you will have this estimation saved here in this thing. And next, if you go for a sample scenarios, like if you want to work on this one project, like in some organization they will stick to one particular thing, right? So the particular things they are working on, analytic big data, then advanced analytics of big data, then you go then they need this type of products, then they can add this like they have already estimated the cost of that, like you can add these products which are used for this purpose, and for continuous integration and continuous deployment for Azure web apps. Then you add all these services. Here you can see first you have to do these things, DevOps and repositories and DevOps pipelines and application insights and web apps. All these things are needed, so you can directly add that to the estimation. Here I have added to that estimation. You can see it is loading our estimation, like how much cost will be cost if I want all these products there. It will taking a bit of time, so let's wait for that. Now it is estimated, now it is added. You can see here like monthly subscription of DevOps is $52 and $5 for like data lake storage and generation 1, and 54 for app service, and $1 for Azure monitor. Totally I got 113 of USD. So then report, if you want to give for other people also, you can just save and you can share them and export. So these are the estimation of how we can do by using this pricing calculator. This is just to configure and to estimate the cost of Azure products which we require. If you have any doubts regarding to this, you can go to the FAQ section where you can have these FAQs. If you are having the same FAQs, then that will be resolved if you see on this. So how to change the currency of this estimation is a drop down list, is drop down scrolling bar is there in the top, in the bottom. You can just change the currency and then that will be reflected in your form. So how can save the estimation also? You can say, you can share this estimation, you can save this estimation. So these things can be done in this pricing calculator just to configure and estimate the costs per the watch of the Azure service. Like here you can see, if you want to use, if you are constantly using one service, then how much it will cost also you can check. So not only this, all these things, not only the storage accounts, you can search anything, web service or app service and everything. So this is about pricing. And we have seen Microsoft Learn. How, if you want to learn, I will suggest to learn from this official websites only. If you are learning from other websites, so that will not helpful to get a good understanding on that particular thing. So learn from this official website, that will help you from a lot extent. So other websites also taking content from this official websites only. So prefer these things to learning purpose. one main thing which you are learning about cloud things, like what is meant by cloud and everything. First you have to know the concepts related to cloud, right? I suggest everyone to, before starting with Azure, first you have to know about basic things about cloud. To understand the exact definition of cloud computing, you should go with the definition of cloud computing by NIST. So what is this NIST means? This NIST is given a exact definition of cloud computing in a PDF format in the online. So National Institute of Standards and Technology. So the definition of cloud, you will get a PDF when you search for this. So go through this PDF, then you will know exactly what cloud computing is. So before understanding of cloud computing, you should understand three concepts here. First concept is essential characteristics. What a cloud computing should have characteristics like. It should have on demand, on self-service, like on the demand it should have give self-service, and next it should have a broad network access, and it should have resource pooling, and it should have a cloud computing, a cloud platform should have a rapid elasticity, and it should have a measured service life. So what if you don't know what about these definitions, you can go through this PDF, then you will understand what is these things related to. So Azure is providing all these things at a good proper efficient manner. So I suggest this Azure is very best website to go with the cloud hosting and everything. If you're cloud computing, then you also should know about deployment models. What are the deployment models are like clouding. Coming to cloud computing, you have four. One is for private cloud, and second is public cloud, and you will have a community cloud, and you will also have a hybrid cloud. So understand about these cloud differences, basic differences between these things, then that will be good enough for you. And next, one more thing you should know about this cloud computing, like cloud things, there is service models. Like coming to service models, you will have three types of service model. We can say as four types, but that is not used. So one thing is SaaS, software as a service, and next thing is platform as a service, and next is infrastructure as a service. And you have one more thing, that is a function as a service, that is FaaS. So you can also call it as serverless. Okay, what we can do means, coming to software as a service, you don't need to have manage all the things. You can just use the software. For example, just like a Microsoft web-based email, or any Microsoft Teams or Office 365, like these things, you just use the software, write email and anything, like salesforce.com, like all these things comes under software as a service. Okay, and next, we have a platform as a service. That is one of the cloud infrastructure that will provide programming and libraries and services tools. Like for example, you have to manage only two things, that is application and data, if you want to manage, and other things will be managed by the cloud platform. Okay, so that is, you need to have manage all these things. So that's comes under platform as a service. For example, if you have taken as Azure, then platform as a service will be app services, or you will have a SQL database you have to manage, right? So that things comes under that. And next we'll have one more thing, that is infrastructure as service. Coming to infrastructure as service, you have to manage the infrastructure also. They just give a low level of server things, like example host firewalls, and you will have one basic very important example in Azure is virtual machines. Virtual machines comes under this infrastructure as a service. Okay, AWS and Azure comes under these things. So coming to basic idea of these things is very important if you are working with cloud, like what are the services, are infrastructure as service and platform as service, and next software as service. One more thing, that is function as service, we have discussed, right? So that is serverless, where we no need to have to manage server. That will be done by the cloud platform only. That example for that FaaS means function as a service is function app. This function app is which is serverless, we can say it as. So that is one example for that type of category, which we can see in the Azure portal. We can create these things. We will discuss all these things, each and every resource in a brief manner in the upcoming videos. So stay tuned to us and subscribe to our channel. So click on the bell icon to get notified each time when we upload a new video. So these are the basic things which you have to learn before going to web things. So I will give you one, show you one diagram, so that will be cleared about the SaaS, PaaS and those things. yeah, up to now I have seen issue definition, all these things. So here you can see the on premises, where is a traditional cloud thing where we have to manage all the things you have to manage. So why we have these on premises and IaaS and PaaS and SS services means, you can observe, you can go through this level of control of development, or developer has to control only few things that that will be reduces, like over the application is reduces, control over the application reduces for the developer when coming to service. Here you can see all the developer have to manage all the things, they have to control all the things. Now coming to infrastructure as a service, they just have to look on upon OS and middleware and runtime data and applications only, like all the rest of the virtualization, servers and storage, networking, all this done by the Azure managers. Like the example for this infrastructure is we have VM, okay, and next platform as a service, where we have to get service as a platform only, like applications and data, we have to get all these things here. So like Salesforce.com, like those things, runtime, middleware and all this can be done by Azure managers. Coming to software as a service, you just no need to have to do anything, just everything is managed by cloud platform. You just get a software as a service, like you can see here Office 365, Google, SharePoint, online and so on. These are the examples for SaaS, like software. You just go through this definition from the Chrome, you will get to understand what are the things. You can see PaaS as an example for Azure web apps, storage apps. I said cloud services comes, cloud services or platform things, right, we have in the Azure or AWS. So next we have infrastructure as a service, where we have like OS, network connectivities, etc. Which are the examples for this is Azure VM. I said, virtual machines and virtual networks comes under this infrastructure as a service. They will provide a low level of infrastructure. You will also have to manage all the things when it comes to infrastructure as a service. Like you can see, you can manage data and runtime, middleware and OS also here. So it is your responsibility to manage that OS for the virtual machine. So this comes under infrastructure as a service. So now you can see the services which listed in the Azure portal are of different types of services this Azure is providing. So that will help you to identify and differentiate each and every service, what type of service that is, if you know about this basic differentiation between SaaS, PaaS and software as a service. So these things I have to include in this video, and we will make another video on each and every things, like how to use these resources, how to make resources, and what the points you have to remember while making the resources, how to efficiently use this portal, and what are the subscription. Like subscriptions are many of different types. Choose one subscription which helps us to save money but not wasting your economic value, so money. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give a big thumbs up below, and if you have any doubts regarding suggestions also you can give, because I'm not efficient. I know I don't say I know all the things. I'm going to give a big lectures to you, but I know the basic things which I have learned in the previous months back. So I have to share these things with my friends or colleagues, so that I'm making this video. So I think if I share these videos in the YouTube, so that will help other people also, because coming to Azure, which is an advanced topic, we have all the videos on the high level of English or high level of in the terminology, right? So I have to make with a low terminology and with a simple English. I want to give these videos for free in this YouTube, so that will help my friends and my colleagues and also other people also. So if you like this video, give a big thumbs up below, and if you have any suggestions for me to improve my standard of content delivery, so you can feel free to comment in the comment section. And is there anything more left? Haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and click the bell icon, so that you will never miss any update from us and any video from us. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Keep sharing our videos to others, so that will help us to others to grow and know about these advanced topics. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.